I have a timeshare. It's
Yeah.
very different. I'm spending money on something that is for fun.
Yeah.
But I know that my timeshare is pretty cheap. It's $310.
But at the same time, you get to travel.
Yes.
I mean, it's better to do that than spending those $300 on a club every weekend.
Me han dicho muchos, you're dumb, Raul. How come you just don't pay the hotel? You're dumb, Raul. This, and that. I'm like, because I know that if I have those $300 for me, I'm not going to spend that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to save it. I'm not going to put it into an account. I know I'm going to spend it.
Exactly.
So I'm like, and then the way that a timeshare works, at least mine, my points don't expire.
Yeah.
They roll over. So that's good for me. That's one. Two, I'm like, it's like a car payment. As soon as you're done paying whatever amount you got,
yeah,
the points are yours. The points are just yours. And now the only thing you pay is the cleaning fee, which is $50 every month.
Yeah.
So my payment is $250. The cleaning fee is $50. So, like for me, in a way, that's like an investment on myself.
Yeah.
For my kids. And I told my wife, I was like, you know what? We have this many points. Usually that's just a week.
yeah,
I'm like, but if you play it smart, I'm like, we can do 2 weekends. I'm like, on the same year, on separate months. I'm
two
like,
separate occasions.
yeah, so I told her, I'm like, we can do anything that's 4-hour, 5-hour drive for the kids, so they can experience something different. I'm like, and for us, we can go to New York, we can go to Toronto, anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, and use those weekend points on us. I'm like, and we just have to pay our flight ticket, which will be a lot less than paying all these loving kids.
I guess a package.
Yes, a package deal. And we liked it, and we're like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do this year si se puede.
Yeah.
Si no, pues no hay problema. Like it's okay. That's
rolls over at the end of the day.
And that's part of the plan, where you have to make those sacrifices. Like, okay, the plan is set. It's for you to attack it, and it's for you to set it. And the plan is to plan it, and that goes for anything. When it comes to finances, por eso yo lo hice en el timeshare, lo he hecho en el 401, lo he hecho en el
life insurance.
Yes, the life insurance. Y hasta se puede decir que en el mismo terreno that I'm financing for the future.
Yeah.
Okay, like I might not be able to live in that for the next upcoming years, but I know that from here until I'm 50, guess what? I can Airbnb.
Yeah.
I can rent it out.
Fácil.
Get some money out of it.
Get money.
And it comes down to finances. It's not the same as a 401 that is money that you're not seeing y que te está salvando.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's still money that you can use later on. Que por decirlo, $300, let me Airbnb this shit. Let me put a special. Que $100 for a weekend. Hey, that's your gas money.
Yeah, luego si tan Rosarito during the summers, that's when sí se va a rentar. No, definitely, dude. Y luego, did you know you could have a Roth IRA and a 401k?
I don't have a Roth, but I know that you can have both. Yes.
Yeah.
Eso sí sabía.
So, I mean, it's good for a lot of people that, don't want to have one account and they have 2 accounts. I start 2 retirement accounts. So let's say you start at 18. By the time you're 65, you have like, let's say 500,000 in both of them. Like that. That's a mil.
That's a mil.
Like, you're solid after that.
That's when people tell me, like, I want to have this much. I'm going to make this much. I'm like, sometimes 401s, el Roth, even sometimes the life insurance, even though you might not get to see it, but your kids will.
Yeah.
You can give them that. Now that if you want to touch it, that's something else, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Ahí es donde ya tienes que meterte al plan de los stocks. Ahí tienes que meterte al plan de crypto y que hopefully one hits. Like, por decirlo, yo le puse tanto dinero a Shiba y que bajó hasta abajo. And I'm like, are you going to go back up or are you just going to stay there? And I'm like, let's just dream.
Yeah.
I'm like, si llega el penny.
Ahí está. No, I mean, ahorita subió un poco.
Subió un poco, pero yo le estoy tirando al penny, no un poco.
Yeah, no.
I was like, aunque le llegara como lo que hizo Doge, que llegara a 14 cents.
Yeah.
Dije, I'll be happy, but whoever knows if they ever will. Lo único es que I put that much and I'm not going to put more. Dije, I'm okay with 1 penny.
Yeah, just leave it as it is.
Yeah, that's
ahorita, honestly, that one's been like pretty stagnant. Eso no ha subido bajado.
Sí. No, nomás has been like...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like... Sometimes I do wish where you can find those... Como el Shiba que pegó quick y se bajó. Que llegó nomás como casi comiéndose tantos ceros a llegar casi como 4 or 5 zeros.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I wish I could have bought it when it was like 7 zeros or 8 zeros.
Yeah.
To get something out of it.
Yeah.
But again, if you don't know the people, you gotta ask the questions. Who knows the people? ¿No?
Yeah.
Y sería igual como los stocks. Back in the day, people didn't know.
The
Now-
insiders,
uh-huh,
the
now they
insiders
know.
sabían todo, and that's how
Mhm.
they all communicate. Like, hey, put money into this. Hey, put money into that.
Yeah.
Like after like a month, it's gonna go up. When it hits this point, sell.
Sí,
Like they know how to move it.
Y ¿cómo se llama? Es como cuando miro Shark Tank, todos esos investors, que es about, es financing in a way, es dinero. Y especially cuando Mark Cuban, who goes more on podcasts, él es el que habla más.
Yeah.
Y él está diciendo que not all of his investments that he gets from Shark Tank are hits, que some of them do fail. He's like,
Yeah.
but the good thing is that the bank pays us back, because I guess not the banks, like the government, they can tax that. Y ¿cómo se llama? Pero that's because the government is okay by doing that. The reason is that they want to create jobs for America. So if it doesn't succeed, in a way they're like, hey, we try to get you a job, pero no se pudo.
Yeah.
Y so they kind of they write it off. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
the write-off.
Writing it off. Y todo eso de finances, investing, el Roth, el 401, life insurance, in a way, timeshares, in a way. ¿Cómo se llama? Buying land and then renting it out or selling it later. ¿Cómo se llama? Los NFTs, que es la Mona Lisa del future. La metaverse.
That one's gonna take a while.
Yes.
But for sure, like buying condos, like duplex, quadplex, triplex. Like if you guys have a chance to buy it and you don't have to invest money into it right away, I mean, you could easily rent that out right away.
Yes.
Like let's say you're 18, you have a little bit of money to buy, let's say a duplex. You live in one and you rent the other one out.
Mm-hmm.
Ya con eso you're set. You don't have to pay the full mortgage. They're helping you out pay the mortgage.
Yes.
Now let's say you have a girlfriend. Your girlfriend helps you pay. So now you have 3 incomes going into that mortgage, and then you have extra money for it.
Let's not go too far. There's an actual property a mile from here, from where I work. It's an old property. It's like 52 years old. It's passing the 405 freeway.
Okay.
It's an old property.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I used to work there,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of figured out that this particular guy in this particular building literally was renting every inch of the apartment, right? So he basically put a wall on the living room, and that was his room. So let's say that's at that time, I think that 3-bedroom, I think was 2,600 at that time. Maybe around there, maybe a little bit less, 23 probably.
Yeah.
We're talking about 3 years ago. So I'm like, he had a couple on the master bedroom. I'm like,
Okay.
easily, because you're in Irvine, that's $900. Easily.
Fácil.
Okay? I'm like, and let's just keep it simple. Let's just say 2,000.
Yeah.
So we can do the math quicker. So I'm like, 900. So you're at 1,100. Or you already dropped half of the rent.
Yeah.
I'm like, then you rent the other room. And single guy, I think it was $500. Because you're in Irvine.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Now you're at 600. I'm like, you rent the other room for 500. I'm like, you're at 100.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then if I recall, he was renting the closet which is like the walk-in closets.
Bro.
There was a mattress there. There was a guy living there. Let's say you rent that at 200,
No.
and then you split the bills 4 ways. I'm like, this guy's living for free on an apartment complex
Yeah.
that's not even owned by him.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And many times I was like, I should do that.
Nah, but at the same time, it's sketchy because nowadays you don't know what kind of people you're gonna get. If you get good people, then I mean, you got lucky.
Yeah.
You could get like, let's say,
But that's a gamble. That's the same
Yeah.
thing with everything. Like, let's say you literally said, if you buy a condo, you can rent it out. Pero see, what if you get a person can?
yeah.
Es un gamble. Y en ese particular, I'm like,
But at the same time, you own the place, so you're able to kick them out easier.
true.
Because right here, if you say you're within an apartment, let's say you live in an apartment complex, you want to kick them out. There's a process of you signing like the leases, like, oh, you know, we don't want them here anymore.
Yeah.
Change the locks. Entonces, pero with him, you'll be like, hey, you know what? I don't want you to live here anymore. Here's a 30-day notice. Yeah, te sales because we're done with you. So that's the thing, because it's your property. So you're able to do what you want. Compared to the other one, there's more pedos.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So-
Like the other one's like the old-fashioned style.
Yeah, pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Y going back to the 401, to a life insurance, to many other things that you can do. That there's old school, like in our family, like I've experienced it with my dad, where he's like, yo quiero que me manden a mi tierra when I die. I'm like, okay, but what part are you putting in for I can do that? I'm like, they don't sometimes think that there's a lot of money involved with death. I'm like, I literally just said it earlier. I'm like, if I pass away, I know that my wife can pay that, and can pay this, I'm like, and she'll still have money for a deposit or to buy it in cash and to have maybe just a tiny bit extra on the side.
Yeah.
That's how much money she's gonna receive from my life insurance. I'm like, but in this case, if John Smith's dad passes away and he's like, send me back to Colombia or send me back to Mexico, send me back to Brazil, whatever, send me back to England. I'm like, just that I know right now, for ashes,
Cremation?
for cremation, con su little base y todo, sale como a 13,000 el más barato. 13,000.
Yeah, no, it's expensive.
So I'm like, you're expecting me to buy a casket for you, to put you there, to send you to your home, to pay for the funeral, to bury you with my money. I mean, at the end, we have to put their respect, but I'm like, they also have to put their part.
Yeah.
That we didn't ask for him to go back to his land.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you wanted that, you should have never came back. You should have never came to America and had us here.
Or not even just that. Like, hey, you want to go home, pues at least if you have something that I can go before you feel like hey, yeah, you know what, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, sabes que ya me voy pa mi rancho.
That's a little bit different though, porque maybe quiere estar todavía sus últimos días con la familia.
True.
So I still have to go back to at least have ready.
Yeah.
Find out how much is a flight ticket para tu dead body. I'm like, and have that at least.
Yeah, because then we're putting a financial burden where we have to take out a loan. Because then like, let's say if you start doing kermeses and let's say car washes, I mean, we both know that money that comes in there is not really gonna help.
El GoFundMe page.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
Like, I'm not trying to make fun of those people. I'm not, but
yeah,
it's sometimes we're put in a place with so much burden that we don't even have. Like, let's say you're trying to ask for a loan and we don't have the credit score for it.
That's another thing too. Yeah. If you don't have the credit, like, they're not going to really loan you. And if they do loan you, it's going to be like 15%. And like, dude, 15% APR.
And that's from a life insurance part. Let's say if you have your 401, let's say you're saving that 401 for you to retire.
Yeah.
But now because you have to do that, you're pulling all your money out just to pay that because you can't qualify.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part about the 401, that you can pull it out. But it just sucks because you do technically have to pay that back on more interest. It is your money. It is your interest.
Yeah.
It just sucks because now you're using money that you're not supposed to on something that you don't want to, but you have to.
Yeah.
Y ¿cómo se llaman? Like, I've told my dad, I'm like, you can say whatever you want. I'm like, if I don't have the money, I'm like, I'll probably send your ashes to the soccer field because that's where you spend all your time. He said, enoja, but I'm like, he's like, a mí no me vas a hacer en ashes. I'm
like, no vas a saber, jefe.
Te voy a hacer terrorize. Like, yeah, sure, buddy.
Like, sabes que te voy a hacer cremation y yo mismo me voy a subir en el avión. Te voy a tener aquí contigo todo el tiempo hasta que llegamos a donde quiera que te enterremos, y aquí es donde te vamos a dejar.
Y ¿cómo se llama?
Because honestly, that's going to be the cheapest way.
And it's just like, now he has actually changed his attitude to wherever I die, bury me there. So that's better. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's a less burden. It's still a big burden for me because I'm like, you're not saving your part, so it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So,
and I think like the cheapest is like 25 grand, to be honest, for like the funeral service.
Mexico?
No, here.
Okay, well, he's in Mexico, so I'm safe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, see, then you're good then, porque see, here, I think like a funeral service, it does like the whole thing together with the church, it does, I think it's like 25 grand, bro.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum
25 grand.
Because I think I had that would be an interesting, and that would be an interesting topic for two of my friends that have passed that have gone through that, so they would know a lot more.
True.
On that, because I had not in my knowledge, I still haven't, and I'm not asking for any time soon to go through that, because I don't want to go through that.
Nobody wants to go through that.
Nobody wants to go through that, especially if like, you can only be ready money wise. That's what I'm saying when I talk about me, with my life insurance.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready. Like, I can say, yeah, if maybe I won't be happy that I passed away.
Yeah.
I'm like, pero yo sé que they're going to be taken care of, at least money wise. Not emotional, but at least by having money wise, you don't have to worry about doing a kermés.
Yeah, adding all the extra stress just to get the money. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yo por eso le eché mucho a mi vieja, le dije, ¿sabes qué? Cuando fallezca, instead of calling all your family that passed away, you're going to call Joe. Well, you call him so you can get it ready, and you'll have your money in 3 days. I'm like, or less.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I have to let your family. I'm like, let them know after that call.
Yeah.
I'm like, so that you can be ready. Así ya, de que when you receive your money, all you gotta do is just pray for me, mourn for me, entiérrame, piss on me, whatever you gotta do, cacheteame. Like,
¿Para qué te fuiste?
Estúpido, I was supposed to go first. No,
Dude, no, it's not.
But that's the point, like, for me. And I'm talking like for others. And this segment is not about just death and all that. It's finances that we have to be ready. That's why the 401s come in. That's
break the chain.
Break the chain so that other people don't have to go through that burden.
Yeah.
And this can be anything. Like I just literally said, for a 401, let's say if you have an accident and you don't have the money to cover an accident, I'm like, boom, ahí está el dinero del 401 because you can pull it out. I say, yo dije earlier. Well, I don't know if I said it earlier, but out of that 401, I have taken out loans for myself. Que uno de chiquito para el deposit. Cuando me moví aquí.
Yeah.
Que otro chiquito para no me acuerdo que. And then I paid them off. I'm like, all right, now I'm going to get like 1,000 because I wanted to go see my team become champions. Obviously, la vieja is like, ay, ¿a quién le pediste permiso? Y valió madre, ¿verdad? Pues ya, valió madre. ¿Cómo se llama? So I ended up paying los papers del DMV, todo eso. So I used that money for a good motion. I didn't have it. And I used half of that for the freaking, for Christmas presents. Because la final was around that time.
Yeah.
So again, that's going through that. And then, of course, when I used the big one, era para comprar mi carro. I was like, I'm not going to go through no credit check. Aquí está, ten cash. Boom.
Cash, boom. Happy. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. Y como se llama, now, because I'm stuck with those two, I feel like I'm going to probably I want to get like a big amount, just pay them both off, so I can get a bigger amount and just have one. Just put myself more in debt.
Nah, but at the end of the day, even if you do have debt, just do the snowball effect. Just little by little, just knock it down. Y
that's the best part. Like, for instance, for the 401, when you take out money, when you're putting it back, they're charging. When I said that interest, is just basically saying, okay, we're still going to continue to take away the 3%, 5%, 8%, whatever you have. We're going to continue this. But guess what? Now we're going to take a monthly installment out of that payment, out of each paycheck. So now the best part is that you can actually put 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, 1 year, however you want to pay it off. So in a way, that's interest. But that money that you took out loan, you're basically paying it back with more.
Yeah.
So instead of you took out $5,500, well, now you're going to pay $6,000 or $6,500, but it's to you.
Yeah.
It's not for the company, for in this case, for Fidelity.
Compound interest. That's something that you guys need to learn about, compound interest. Because honestly, like, if you look for a bank account that does compound interest route, like, that makes a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I downloaded this app called Donut, and it literally shows you, like, the type of plans that it has and how much compound interest you could get. Ahorita, since, like, the market kind of crashed, like, everything's in frozen. Pero, like, within a year, I started with, like, 200. Y ahorita ya tengo 600.
Sí.
Pero se quedó ahí for the same reason because the market's kind of low and they're not really able to move the money anymore. But, like, if it starts slowly come back up, like, I'm going to end up putting more money in because one is compound interest. So it's just interest on top of interest. And at the end of the day, that's going to help you out make money in the long run. And that app is called Donut. I mean, you can find that one on iPhone. I think they even made it for Android now.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. Because it came out on iPhone first, and when I was telling my friend about it, he had an Android and it didn't have it. But I think they already took out that for Android. So if you guys want to check it out, that one, there's no really a risk. Except for like right now where you really can't put money or pull money out anymore. So you would have to wait until everything opens up and start running. Yeah. And right there, you don't get taxed on anything.
That's cool.
So that one's just using your own money and just getting interest out of it.
That's pretty cool. Y luego también like on going back to the life insurance, when I say short term, you get like a bigger amount.
Yeah.
For a lesser payment, but it's calculated to this many years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the long term is forever until you pass away. On that long term, you're saving money year by year by year. So let's say when my daughter is 15, I already had collected like 12,000. So this is like in unos 10 more. No, she's 9. In unos 6 more years. So for me, in 6 years, you ya colecté dinero right there.
Yeah.
And if you take out that money, it resets. So it goes again like 1, 2, 3, 4. And in 10 years, it goes back to 15. Now, let's say I don't take that money out. It's like 30,000 by the time it's getting to get 7. So 15 by 25. So it would be like double. And if you don't touch it, it just like almost doubles quicker.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking out the money. Yeah. So by the time you're like, in a way, when you're 60, now you have like 85K.
compound, because it's pretty much compound interest.
That would be also también igual.
Because you're not pulling it out,
Yeah,
so
and-
it's just stacking on
It's
itself.
stacking up. It's stacking and stacking. So in a way that like yo siempre dije, well, I have this much for my 401, I have this much for my life insurance, and I know that this one you can pull out without any problems.
Yeah.
Dije, so if I want to retire at 50, voy a sacar de acá. Dije, and hopefully this money will last me until I'm 62 or 64.
Yeah,
To
and
get
you
out
never
from here.
pull it out. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
exactly.
good. I'm like, fuck off, America. No, no seas nazi,
Tampoco. Nah, but definitely, you guys have any questions, hit us up, give us a couple comments. You can follow us on Instagram, Orozco el Tóxico.
RC Rollers.
There you go. So if you guys have any questions about that, like, we're happy to help you. I mean, we were foolish too with our money. We're getting a little bit better. We want you guys to get better. We want you guys to get better with your guys' money too, because at the same time, when we retire, we want to be living lavish.
Whoa.
Acá era en el Rosarito con a little
Yeah.
cocktail.
One little.
Tu Bud Light Lime, una carne asada.
I'll probably be like, hey, Edgar, you're still not 62, but come over here for a weekend. I'm like, I have an extra room. Don't worry. You don't have to get an hotel. I'm like, and let's just look at the ocean view.
Shoot, dude, that's a life right there.
That would be the life if it happens.
Look, with a little cigar on the side.
I'm Cuban because it's Mexico.
Oh, yeah, we'll be able to bring it in there. Porque I think in
Yeah.
the U.S., I think they're legal, no?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, we'll be able to get it in Mexico.
Yeah, for
Ah,
sure.
see?
Así nomás.
Living the good life.
But, hey, todos tenemos un plan.
Yeah.
Again, when it comes to finances, when it comes to money, when it comes to savings, when it comes to anything regarding money, there's always a plan.
Yeah.
You can go the cheap route, you can go the expensive route, and then you could go in the middle. But in that middle, you have to know how to make more or be more stable and have secret hidden money. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
So when you have that secret hidden money, it's money that you don't see that helps you grow as a person.
Yeah.
You can kind of show it off even though you don't have it with you, because you're gonna have, especially if you like to think in el futuro.
Yeah.
If you don't think in el futuro, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, but when we're both 60, don't come to me and say, hey, Raúl, me presta dinero porque ya mi espalda no me aguanta or whatever.
Yeah. Pues
Hey,
una
that was your
feria.
pedo. That's why I told you 30 years ago, put your thing. And one thing that you have to express when it comes to life insurance and when it comes to 401, especially those two, you have to start early.
Yeah.
The younger you are, the better.
The earlier the better. So
'Cause
as soon
if-
as you turn 18, for all that young raza, when you're 18,
Yes.
just open it up.
Just open it up, even if you're going at 1%. And even if they're matching 5 and you only want to go 1%, just open it up.
Yeah.
That's the best advice I can give you. For life insurance, if you're 18, try to be healthy, because at 18 is when you're the most healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you like $100, but it's gonna be better. Trust me. Now, why is there square? Anyways, any extra thoughts that you want to give to the people?
Well, like you said, like once you're young, definitely start. The sooner the better. Invest your money, guys. Definitely invest your money. Find ways to save your money and find like banks or even apps that give you compound interest. Because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna help you guys, flourish when you guys are older. Because at the same time, like we don't want to be working. Like our parents. Well, I don't know if your parents are
They're still working. Yeah.
See, that's the things. Like, well, my dad's 50. Like, how old is your dad?
67.
Yeah, see, and then they're
Mhm.
still working. Like,
They're still
honestly, unfortunately, they didn't have like a lifestyle that we have. But at the same time, they didn't teach me. I had to go out and learn this myself.
Same here.
So same here. Like, we want to pass it down to you guys so you guys could learn and be ahead of us. Because like right now, I'm 26, 42, and so
por decirlo.
Yeah.
I told my dad about the 401.
yeah,
And he's like, ¿para qué quieres eso? And then I told him, okay, para cuando usted se muera mañana, o el día que viene, o el día que le toque, knock on wood, not anytime soon, but let's just say that. Digo, ¿cuánto me va a dejar a mí? Digo, pero eso es muy diferente. Digo, ok, pues ¿cuánto va a dejar?
yeah,
Digo, le hace el, pues yo estoy en México, pero el dinero que perdí allá en Estados Unidos. Digo, ok, well, tell me. Tenía unos 6,000. Digo, ok, pues yo, si tengo la life insurance, tanto, pero si tengo mi 401 viviendo todavía,
yeah,
dije, yo no voy a estar pidiéndole a mis hijos. Ojalá, si Dios quiere.
yeah,
Dije, que fallezca, ojalá todavía tengo dinero de ese poquito extra de 401 para que se los dé a ellos.
yeah,
Digo, lo poquito, dije, porque si no les podemos dar una casa, we can't give them a house. At least I can give you 5,000, 10,000, whatever.
Yeah.
At least you gave them something, and you helped them out with everything else. Like
Anything that came up.
again, me, because that's the way I approach it with the life insurance because of my
Yeah.
kids. The 401 is for your retirement. If you don't want to have kids, 401 is the way to go,
Yeah.
or the Roth or investments.
Or you can have both. You can have both a Roth IRA and a 401k. And with those two, they're both retirement funds. So, I mean, if you have money on both accounts, boom, you're set.
You're set. That's the best way to go. You have to, al último, we have to change it up. Just like we said in the beginning, we have to be different.
Be different. Be different. Break the chain. You know, a lot of people don't have, you know, that know other people that know how to work the system or
Yes.
even how to and stuff. Because, dude, like I just learned this year. So for our young people that are following us, age like 17, 18, open one up. Even if you put in like $100 a month, that's something. Because one, it's gonna be compound interest at the long run. And dude, by the time you're 65, you're gonna have some money. But at the same time, you could pull out a loan. You could borrow some of your own money, but you're gonna pay it back. But for sure, open something up. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to be like our parents. We want to have something saved up. And especially if you have kids, life insurance for God knows, who knows when you're going to pass away. Hopefully, you don't pass away at a young age where your kids are young. But if you do, at least you have a life insurance that's going to cover it up.
Yeah, and everything comes down to that. Like un ejemplo, I started my 401 about 4 years ago, and I kind of went not too hard, but somewhat hard, where it made it where I have an okay amount right now, an okay amount. Okay, there's someone that knows someone that there's proof of it, que empezó a los 18 y ahorita ya tiene 26 y from what I know tienen como 65K. And I'm guessing that's going bare minimum, like lo que es. So even if it's per check, $50 or $30, just do it. That's the best advice I can give to any 18-year-old that hasn't opened one yet, but is working. $50 no te van a doler. It's not gonna hurt you. Dude. $50 is just gas money in these days.
Yeah,
and these days it's just gas money.
Literally,
like easy. You know that you have that little extra money, go for it. Put 50 and 50, 25 and 25. Start small, so that when you start making more, you're not like, oh well, I don't need these 50. Boom, I don't need this. Boom.
Yeah.
And then once you know it, now you're dropping 180 on there without even noticing. Hay veces que yo miro, I'm like, damn, I can use that money, but guess what? No, I'm gonna use that money later.
Yeah, when you're older, when your back is not working, your rodillas are not the same anymore.
My rodillas will always be good. Hopefully. So any other closing thoughts other than, if you guys want any more questions, drop it down below. We know people that can help you with that. Just tell us and we'll answer it. Do you have any quote for the people?
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It's about investing it. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to save you guys in the long run.
And I love that quote because it's not investing it under your pillow or under the mattress, así los padres de antes. Is you gotta know where to put it, and we told you already. If you buy a condo, you can rent it out. If you buy a house, you can rent it out. If you put it on crypto, if you put it on stocks, hopefully it hits. Right?
Yeah.
If 401 is the safest way because you can start slow. The Roth is another way, and of course, for those who have kids and started at a young age, life insurance is the way to go. And I would say, because the way that I think about my kids, I believe a life insurance for me is better than a 401 if you're thinking about your kids. If you're thinking about your retirement, 401 is the way to go. And to me, it's there's no other way to go.
Yeah, honestly, it's like a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Especially if you have kids, a no-brainer to life insurance.
Life insurance. Y si no tienes kids, 401.
Yeah. I mean, and at the end of the day, you could have all three. You could have a Roth IRA, a 401k, and life insurance. It just depends on how much money you guys want to put into it.
Mm-hmm. Sí. Y como se llama, and even if people talk smack or talk down on you or whatever, I'm like, just know that if you make it all the way into your retirement, who's the one who's gonna have money? Unless the other guy became a millionaire. No, that was out of my hands. Sorry for talking. But let's say if that person still struggles, still working, has a hard labor job until 62, even if he has his own business, guess what? You're still going to be chilling because you have that extra money.
Yep. Exactly.
And I know that we usually do end it on a quote. I wanted to end it, but it's deep. This segment is kind of deep because people need to understand that it's not just money thrown away. I know that people do say, oh, el dinero se hizo para gastar, que los morimos mañana or whatever. Yeah, the thing is that if you don't have that mañana because you don't have something to leave your people behind, I completely get it, but what happens si vives mañana and you keep on living mañana y sigue el mañana y el mañana se hace en meses y luego en años and then in decades and then in centuries, hopefully you make it 100 and then you're still working because you never saved.
Exactly.
You gotta break the chain.
Yeah.
You gotta break the chain.
So definitely hit us up. I mean, we're available at any time. You know, comment on just comment. Let us know.
You can hit us up on Instagram. We'll answer. We'll hit us up in the comment section.
Either
if you want to be more secretive, always hit us up. Again, going back to Instagram on a direct message. Don't be afraid. You can hit him up alone. All three of us have our own page, but the Keep Your Cool page is both of us. So don't be afraid. That's what you gotta be. And if someone starts talking smack about it and you don't know how to defend yourself, all you gotta do is keep your cool.
Exactly. Keep your cool.
All right, people. We are out.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Till next time.